Episode 10. It's a weekend in Ohio and I'm off of work, and that means a good entire day on the bus, I hope. Although I do need to cut my grass, but I think that can wait. Tomorrow's Father's Day, so I don't think I'll be working too much on the bus. Although my daughter asked me what I wanted to do for Father's Day, and I said work on the bus. So I don't know how that's going to go. I'll give you a quick update, what I'm doing, what I have done, and what I'm going to do. So here we go. My home has become a construction zone of several different projects. As you've seen before, I tend to jump all over the place. Roof, white, turned out great. I'm getting rid of this dumpster Monday. So I cleaned up a lot. I needed to see exactly what was going on in here. And if you can hear, they shut up. Cicadas are still around. You've not really seen it clean for a while. 2 couches. My kitchen is coming along pretty good. Everything is set. The kitchen cabinet has been screwed down and set. I'm getting ready to put the drains and everything in. This countertop was actually a work bench from the place that I work. I got it on a scrap pass, sanded it down. Sink is going here, cooktop is going there. I have a faucet that's going here, which actually all turned out really well because the faucet has, well, you'll see later, but I have receptacles installed. This area, I'm probably going to do a standalone air conditioner here, and then cabinet, another countertop, cabinet. The bathroom, I finally have my toilet hole all connected to the black tank, all PVC glued. All I really have to do is screw the toilet down and bring a water line up through the floor. Faucet installed. Just like, let's see if I can get this open. Water lines installed. Well, water lines over there. Drain. Supplies. I'm going with my vent. This is actually a vent that I'm going to install in here. It's pretty cool, so I don't have to put anything through the roof. I hope it works. Has a little check valve in it, so it allows as soon as it kind of senses the water, it opens a check valve, allows it to vent, and then closes again. I didn't really want to drill a hole through the roof for a vent, so that was the route I was going. This back here has ended up, I relocated everything because this is the last area of build, which is going to be the bedroom. But there's the cooktop with propane line. There's my water line, all my tools. This is going to be my power station. My battery's going to go in here. So yeah, I've been working every day after work and most weekends. Weekends are tough for me because I normally try to get away, but I think I'm gonna make it. I hope. Everything's kind of up in the air for now, but I'm just gonna keep working. I'll show you what I'm gonna do today. I'm trying to do a little bit painting as I can. The roof obviously is done. Color scheme I'm going with is obviously white. I'm going to, where are we? today I'm going to try to work on these in between the windows and paint those all black all the way around, which blends into this black bumper stripe, which is going to be painted black also. This area is going to be white, black bumper, white, black bumper, white, and then the black bumper. I'm going to try to keep it as white and black as possible and then go from there. But these things, I'm actually going to tape the windows and primer. They've all been cleaned, degreased, and I'm going to primer them and paint them actually with spray paint out of spray cans. I'm trying to do this as fast and as cheap as possible, so that's the route I'm going to go. Here we go. So I got all the windows covered. That is a green paper that I used to use in my photography business. I don't do much with a green screen anymore, so I just cut it up and use it to cover the windows. You can see that I'm using spray paint. It's working out really well. A lot of you might not like the spray paint, but it really covers well. That's only one coat. I'll probably go back and spray another. Cleaned it, primered it, painting it. I'm kind of liking the paint scheme. I like the black going down. I also put a coat of polyurethane on the kitchen countertop. It's a food grade polyurethane, so that doesn't have any wild chemicals and stuff in it for food prep. I think it's going to turn out well. I'm going to give it a light sanding, probably put at least another coat. It's pretty much what I'm going to do all weekend, jobs like this. The painting is kind of a daunting task for me, so I break it up into little bits and pieces, and it seems to be a lot easier, so continue on. So I got almost finished on the paint of the uprights. I'm gonna let this side dry. I had to get a darker primer on this side because they didn't have any gray, but as this dries, I want to show you something underneath on the plumbing end of things. It gets pretty tight crawling in underneath this thing, but I remember, like, I don't know, a month or so ago, I drilled my first hole through the floor for a drain line, and I was excited that I actually did it, but in true me fashion, I didn't put a whole lot of thought in it. I just drilled in a spot where I knew I'd made it through the bus, and I thought, well, that's cool. Well, when I got under here, I quickly realized that where this drain popped out here, and that's for the kitchen, the bathroom vanity sink, it is on the other side of the bed, or the frame of the bus. So the drain is on this side, and all of my tanks and everything are on this side. And I was like, well, shit. You know, water drains pretty good, obviously, if it's below the point where it's entering into the sink. But I had to come up with some way of getting this drain line over here. And there's not a whole lot of videos or information on the plumbing systems, and so I laid under here for about 15 or 20 minutes one day, and I thought, well, instead of putting a trap up underneath the sink, which I still may do anyway, I can actually create a trap down here and have the water come down through the drain, through a trap, onto the other side, and then down to the other holding tank. And I went and bought a bunch of stuff, and I came up with this contraption. So I dry fit it all together the other day to see if this was all going to work. And I bought a clean out trap so that I can drain these in the wintertime when I'm not using this thing. So I dry fit it. I put it all together, just ran a drain over near the gray tank, and I put a hose in the vanity, and it worked. And I was glad the video wasn't going, because I kind of gave myself a little cheer for that it actually worked, because I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have a sink. I'm not gonna be able to use it because the water doesn't drain. But it worked. So right now I'm gonna put this in to bring that drain line onto the other side, and I'll show you how that worked out. So I got this cemented in here. God, that shit dries fast. But you see these red lines adjoining each piece. After I got done dry fitting this thing, and I knew that it was gonna work and end up in the right spot here, I marked them. So I knew that. So I built this thing obviously on the outside of the bus. So I marked them, cleaned them, cemented them, and then put them in place. So I knew exactly where they went, so I didn't have to build this thing under here again. So it's cemented into the drain line. I have it held right now with just tie wraps until I can get some straps on the other side. So that piece, I have this here, one more piece, and then I'll tie in that drain line, and that'll go clear to the tanks. But what I may do on this side, hold on. Okay, so I have this all done. I may go a little bit wild on the cement, way too much, but so now I've actually tied the bathroom sink into what this is going to be the main line headed to the gray tank. I'm probably going to come off of I probably should have put a T here. I didn't even think of that until just now. But I'll probably bring a T out here and head back the other way to where the shower is going to be eventually, and cap it, because I don't really know that I'm going to build the shower this season. I can shower at my son's apartment, which is only like a block away from the stadium. Here also is the toilet. I tied it all in, so it is done. Toilet to the black tank. That's 3-inch coming off the toilet. I reduced it down with a rubber reducer to the 2-inch of the tank. I should have left it 3 inches the whole way, but I didn't. So I'm hoping that everything flows well. So that's that. All right, I'm getting the hell out from underneath here. So I've been horrible about documenting a lot of this bus stuff. I've been feeling like I really need to get underneath the time frame, and sometimes I forget to pull my camera out. I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to show you what I have done, and I'm going to, obviously this is attached to the other video, but I'm going to try to do better, because this weekend is the 4th, and I'm planning on painting the entire outside of the bus, and I definitely want to show you that. So here's here's where I'm headed right now. This chunk of wood has been sitting here for quite some time. I got this from a place that I worked. A really nice piece of wood. I'm using it as a countertop. It's the same countertop that's in the bus that's in the kitchen, but this one is going to be on the other side for people to sit at. So tonight, I chopped it up to the size I need, and I'm going to sand this down. you can see, hopefully, you can see the difference just quickly, how this works. This is a 40 grit sandpaper, which is extra coarse for getting this first layer off. And then from there, we'll go higher with the grit to make it smoother, and then put a coat of polyurethane over the whole thing. So let me give you a tour of the bus, because I'm not quite sure where I left off. So the bus is a mess. Well, not really a mess. I got dust and dirt everywhere, but obviously all of that can be fixed. I don't think I did show you. Got the front mirrors completely off, ready to paint. I'm going to be sanding those down, putting a light sanding along the sides, and I think I might have already mentioned sanding. So adjust. Let me show you around in here. I cleaned a lot of the, there's one of the mirrors. I cleaned a lot of the captain's chair out. I'm starting, actually, I had all my supplies in the back, because my work, the way I worked this bus was I started up here and I worked back, for several reasons. One being that pretty soon I'm going to have to bring in the box springs, and when I frame my bed in back there, the box springs are going to have to be in here before, because I'm not quite sure they would come in this door. So my progress of working was front to back. So you've seen this 100 times. Couches. This is going to be my kitchen, obviously. This is the same countertop that I have out there. This one's already been cleaned and polyurethane. Sink. Cooktop. My sink, I bought this faucet here, and this faucet is going to go here. So, and the sink has the bendable, so I'll be able to have the water go in the sink and then turn this around, obviously, and fill up a pot if I had to fill up. So that's going to be kind of cool. The cooktop I'm going to just run to a 20-pound propane tank that I'm probably just going to sit outside for the time being. I'm not putting in a whole propane system in. So there's that. This obviously is where my countertop is going to be that I just started to sand. A lot of my windows, you'll see that if the windows are going to be covered up completely, because I didn't take any windows out, I'm painting them black, so that you can't see from the outside on a sunny day. You can't see the back of these cabinets. Like, these will just get tinted. These are going to get black so that you can't see all that stuff from behind. And obviously I covered that one up. So here we go. The kitchen, the bathroom is done completely, except my lights. I'm going to have 2 lights up here. Sink is all functional. Toilet actually just needs screwed down. I was waiting to clean the floor first. Recently I built this wall, and what I'm going to do is blacken the windows. This is a closet, and primarily this closet is going to have a great big cooler right here, because I'm not putting a refrigerator in here. And if I do someday, the refrigerator will go there, but the cooler is going to go there. Covered up the wheel well. Other partition, obviously. So I'll have some hanging clothes in here, and then I'm working my way back to my bedroom. This is a shower. I will have the shower here that I will get into from this way. I'll have another partition here. Headboard and bed here for here. Some closet space here, and electric panel. I got my battery. I'm only going to use one for now. and that's going to be a utility closet that eventually will have like probably the hot water tank and all that other stuff. So I'm going to wrap this video up and try to get this out tonight so I can work on number 11, and which is probably going to be painting. So this is it for this episode. I appreciate you watching and being patient because I've been horrible about pulling this camera out, but thank you very much, and hit subscribe if you like it, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.